Charles Soule, Ramon Rosanas, and Madibek Musabekov begin the hunt for Commander Zahra as Leia and the rebels pursue the Imperial deep into a dark, uncharted cave, which holds more deadly things than the rebels can plan for. Charles Soule finishes up his story with Commander Zahra with an issue that is a fun cat and mouse prey versus predator game between Leia and Zahra, putting both women's views on justice and killing and revenge on full display. It's been a lot of fun seeing both Leia and Zahra, women who had a huge part of their life influenced or changed by Grand Moff Tarkin, have different takeaways from the things the man did to them. Leia getting to show her brand of justice and how she isn't afraid to kill when needed to was great, but what I really loved was the way she knew what she was doing is wrong, in that killing is wrong, and dislikes it, but she has to do it thanks to the things the Empire has done to the galaxy, and she sees it as sort of like a lesser than two evils. I've always liked when they explore that sort of stuff with the Rebellion and how it's sort of like a morally grey area where it's, again, the necessary evil there of being sort of a terrorist organization, and I like that that's on full display here with what Leia was talking about when she confronted Zahra. Of course, Zahra's fate is left ambiguous, so if Soule wants to bring her back later on, he can, and I think it would be kind of cool if he did, only Zahra, thanks to Leia beating her here the way she did, kind of has a change of heart and reflects on what's happened and maybe joins the rebellion, or comes after Leia with everything she's got in an act of pure revenge, which would be really cool as well. Either way would be great, or if her character wasn't to appear ever again and it's just left up to the fate of she died in this cave, it would be a fitting end for her. Ramon Rosanas and Madibek Musabekov provide some really fantastic action artwork for the final showdown between Leia and Zahra. I love the idea of setting it in a confined cave, and the art did give off real claustrophobic air in some places, and the neat bat creatures which we see throughout the issue are really cool, and they look like winged versions of the Ogdo, the frog creature from Jedi Fallen Order, which was really great to see. Star Wars Issue 24 was an adventurous finale to Leia's final battle with Commander Zahra that explored the women's senses of justice and revenge while delivering some fun action set pieces with cool and unique Star Wars aliens. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. Star Wars Issue 24 finds the rebels land down on Panisia amongst the wreckage of the Tarkin's will and the rebel base there. Leia wants her people to see what the Empire did to their people, looking through the rubble as she tells them that Zahra hunted the rebels all over the galaxy and killed them, and while they can say it was just because of war or duty, and for some it was, but for Zahra it was clearly a joy, and she chose to make the deaths of the rebels painful. Leia knows that she was overconfident though, and now she has nothing left, wanting her team to hunt her now and bring her to justice. Leia soon gets another comms request from Zahra herself, who is glad that she accepted her invitation to come down to the planet, and she's not hiding, telling Leia that she's over by the smoke grenade signal in the distance. Leia orders Starlight Squadron over to the signal so the group speed towards the smoke. Shara can't wait to bullseye Zahra from her A-wing, but Leia warns her not to underestimate the woman. Starlight reach the smoke, but find nothing is there. Shara soon spots a problem as later, Leia figures that Zahra wants her to follow her into the cave that was behind the smoke. Kes doesn't really want to let her go after what Zahra did to Shara, so Leia thinks that they will send in droids to map the area, knowing that they have more resources than the commander does. Zahra soon contacts Leia again, gloating how when she tortured Shara, she spilled all sorts of secrets, and Zahra recorded them all on a data tape before the ships went down, so if Leia doesn't get to her alone and find her within the hour, she'll transmit the data to the Empire. Leia decides to go in after her with the team, finding the cave is filled with some type of bat-like creatures, and not only that, but their droppings are about 80% unrefined Tabana, meaning one shot from a blaster rifle could blow the entire cave system up. Kes thinks that it's time for blades, not blasters, offering one to Chewbacca, but the Wookiee carries his own. The group move further down into the cave when suddenly Zahra fires at the forward group, igniting the ground and obliterating the three soldiers in a fiery explosion. Chewie's arm is set on fire by the blast, but he quickly puts it out as Kes holds Leia back, knowing there isn't anything they can do for the soldiers. Leia thinks there is, and they can finally end this. Luckily, Chewie is able to get Zahra's scent, leading Leia and Kes through the tunnels until they come to a giant cavern. Leia isn't sure this is where Zahra went, but the commander reveals herself, saying that she got Leia right where she wants her. Zahra attacks with her vibro blade, kicking Leia off the cliff face as Kes and Chewie continue to fight her with their own blades. Zahra recognizes Kes as a Pathfinder, calling him pathetic as she slashes Chewbacca's arm, finding it a shame that he has to die since he should be back with his people in the mines of Kessel. Zahra confronts the downed Kes, telling him that she's going to find his wife and kill her. Chewbacca, however, comes back, enraged, grabbing the woman and tossing her off the cliff into the water below. Leia, meanwhile, is attacked by some creatures in the water, forcing her onto the dry land nearby, where she is attacked by the same creatures who can fly now. Zahra finds her again, killing the creatures and telling her that nothing gets to kill Leia besides her. She tells Leia to run, toying with her as Leia races through the dark catacombs. Zahra reminds Leia that she told her to remember her vibroblade since she was going to see it again, but this time there is no Jedi to save her. She presses the blade towards Leia, saying that she is going to gut Leia like an Alderaanian deer and leave her to be found by Kes and Chewbacca, who will have to tell the Alliance that Leia Organa died like an animal. She says that she will do what Tarkin couldn't and prove herself more than worthy of his legacy, and she'll finally be at peace. Suddenly, Zahra is stuck to the wall by the spit of one of the giant bat creatures, who is out for revenge thanks to Zahra killing its babies. Zahra tells Leia to give her her blade, and it shouldn't end like this, wanting to kill the monster and then settle their deal like the warriors they are. Leia grabs the weapon, as the panicking Zahra tells her not to stand there and watch the creature eat her. The monster, however, is shot at by Kes and Chewbacca, who drive the monster back into the darkness and rescue Leia. Leia confronts Zahra, who doesn't think that Leia deserves to wield that blade, knowing that she won't do anything and she wants to be taken by the rebellions and given what they think passes for justice. Leia knows that she isn't afraid of killing, since after all, Zahra called her a warrior and she has killed so many Imperials she's lost count, and she was one of the leaders who drew up the plans to assault the Death Star, so she has more blood on her hands than anyone else she can think of, anyone other than Tarkin, that is. She says that she isn't sad Tarkin is dead since he gave the order to destroy Alderaan right before her eyes, and killing him and the Death Star wasn't revenge, it was a terrible choice made in a war against fear and tyranny, and she doesn't kill to settle scores like he did. Leia slashes the glue holding Zahra, taking the data tape the woman had, as she tells Zahra that she doesn't kill to control people or make them afraid, she only kills when she has no choice, and always in the name of justice, and that's what Zahra deserves since there is more than one kind of justice. Leia and the others leave as Zahra screams for the woman to help her while the monster soon returns. The rebels leave the cave as the rest of the rebellion make planetfall, and Kes doesn't believe they actually made it out. Leia knows that none of them would have if they were alone, but they did it together, and that's how they will win today, and that's how they will win tomorrow.